is Austin Green.
And I'm Ashley Chapman. We attend second grade at Lamkin Elelmentary.
Our class has been studying some authors whose books can be found in the Resource Center at our school.
We bet you can find their books in your Resource Center or public library too.
Let our class tell you about our research findings.
My name is Frank Moore, and I want to tell you about the author named Margaret May. One of her books is called A Alligator in the Library. You can find the author's books in the 800 section of the Resource Center. I like her books because they are good books, good for children.
I want to tell you about the author named Jeffrey Commodore. He writes books about a dragon named Fedge. One of his books is called Fedge Makes a Wish. You can find this author's books in the Everybody section.
My name is Lauren Gallagher, and I want you to tell about the author named Lee Baron Hawkins. He writes books about poems. One of his books is called Marvelous Math. You can find this author's books in the 800 section of the Resource Center. I like his books because he writes lots of fun books for children. My name is Ruth Michael Wiesel, and I want to tell you about the author named Charles Silverstein. He writes books. One of his books is called A Light in the Attic. You can find this author's books in the 800 section of the Resource Center. I like his books because he writes funny books. My name is Caitlin Fisher, and I want to tell you about the author named Jane Young. She writes books about poetry. One of her books is called Dinosaur Dances. You can find this author's books in the 800 section, Everybody section, and the fiction section of the Resource Center. I like her books because they are good.
My name is Franklin too, and I want to tell you about the author named Frank Ash. He writes books about himself. One of his books is called Skyfire.
My name is Savannah Zamario, and I want to tell you about the author named Trisha Polacco. One of her books is called Miss Cats and Tush. You can find this author's books in the Everybody section and the fiction section of the Resource Center.
My name is Jonathan Hernandez, and I want to tell you about the author named Joanna Horowitz. She writes books about her kids and some sports. One of her books is called The Hot and Cold Summer. You can find this author's book in the fiction section of the Resource Center. I like her books because they are nice and funny.
My name is Gabrielle Kuhn, and I want to tell you about the author named Cynthia O'Reilly. She writes books that are funny. One of her books is called Young in the Mountains. You can find this author's book in the Everybody section of the Resource Center. My name is Trevor Thompson, and I want to tell you about the author named Lawrence Pringle. One of his books is called Antarctica. You can find this author's books in the numbered section of the Resource Center. I like his books because he writes actual books. My name is Kelly Belton, and I want to